So everyone knows how big collecting is in the Skylanders community, and unsurprisingly that bleeds into the content on YouTube. Whether it's collection showcases, Skylanders hunting, or unboxings, all of these focus on the collection aspect of Skylanders. Now, that's not a problem of course, but today I'm going to do something different. If you're familiar with my content, you'll know that most of my videos are around 5 minutes long, so a 30-minute long collection showcase wouldn't really make sense for my channel. Another problem I have with most collection showcases are everyone has a Series 1 Guild Grunt and everyone has a Tree Rex. So instead of showing off my entire collection, I'm going to show off my rare Skylanders. There aren't any Skylanders that are rare in SSA except for the chase variants, but I don't have any of these, so let's move on to the Giants. So I only have 3 Skylanders from Giants that I would consider rare. First, we have Series 2 Drobot. He's worth $25 to $30 Canadian, and the reason he's rare has something to do with his stocking, unsurprisingly. I may be wrong, but I think he was either not sold in Europe and sold in North America, or vice versa, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Our total value now equals $30 Canadian. The second Skylander from Giants is another series variant, and that's Series 2 Bash. The reason for his rarity is after the initial release, he was never restocked in stores, so you either got him or you didn't. If you want to get your hands on him now, you may be lucky because it seems like his price has gone down recently. This version of Skylander goes only for $15 to $30. Our total value now equals $55. Next up is the final Skylander from Giants, and the only chase variant on this list too. The reason for this is 11 chase variants I own. This is the only one that exceeds $100 in value. The only instance of this Skylander I found online was $630. This is really expensive even for a chase variant, and the reason behind this is Series 2 Lightning Rod was a Wave 5 Skylander, I believe. And on top of that, he's a chase variant, obviously. Our total value is now up to $685. With that, our second game is now done. So it's time to move on to our third game in the series, which is Skylanders Swap Force. We only have one decently rare Skylander for this game, which obviously has to be Scratch. I have no idea why Scratch is more expensive than the average Skylander, but it probably has something to do with her stock or her release date. Scratch goes for $60 to $80 Canadian, and our total value is now at $755. Now, with that, we reached the halfway mark of our list. So if you've been paying attention, we're now going to look at Skylanders Trap Team. The first Skylander we're going to look at is Echo. I believe Echo suffers from the same issue facing all the Trap Team cores, and that is how much they were overshadowed by the Trap Masters. Trap Team made the cores kind of useless, so it's not a surprise that they were undersold. Echo goes for $70 to $130 Canadian, and our total value is now at $860. Now, everyone knows about the 2 new elements that were released, those being the dark and light elements. A Trap Master was released for each of those elements as well, and they are relatively cheap to purchase today. But unfortunately, that can't be said for the light and dark cores. Spotlight and Blackout were both released in low quantities and are very rare to this day. Spotlight goes for $80 to $140 today, and Blackout goes for $70 to $130 Canadian. Our total value is now $1,070. Now we are on to our fourth and final Skylander from Trap Team. This one will be very unexpected for most of you. I present to you a Skylanders prototype. This is a prototype of the Mini Barkley, which is all black and has no chip in the base. I don't know how much it's worth since there aren't many in existence, and I couldn't find another one of this same figure online. And I also won it in a bid. So compared to other prototypes of different Skylanders, I would guess its value is around $300. Our total value is now up to $1,370. We are now on to game number 5, which is Skylanders Superchargers. For Superchargers, I only have one Skylander, which I will now actually unbox for you guys. So, let me just grab the scissors and get this done really quickly. And now, as you can see, the Skylander that I received in this package was none other than the normal version of Thrillipede. Thrillipede, as you may know, is quite rare for the simple reason that he was only released in Europe. He goes for around $100 to $250. And our total value is now up to $1,520. Time to finish out this video with the final game in the series, and that would be Skylanders Imagineers. The first of the two Skylanders I will now show off is Wildstorm. Wildstorm is one of the two final Skylanders released in the franchise, so obviously he would become very, very rare. He goes for $150 to $300 Canadian, and our total is now up to $1,750. We now move on to our final Skylander, who is Robo. He is very rare for the same reason Wildstorm is, except he can go anywhere from $300 to $700 Canadian. And I'm actually lucky enough to own two of this figure. Our final total finishes out at $2,750 Canadian. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching to the end if you did, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video.